It's 3:36 a.m. again. You didn't set an alarm. Nobody woke you up. And yet, here you are, staring at the ceiling for the third night this week. It's not a coincidence. It's not bad luck. Your body is running a schedule you never agreed to, and it's been running it for thousands of years. Here's what's actually happening while you sleep. Around 3 to 4 a.m., your body starts quietly raising its cortisol levels, the same hormone that gets you moving in the morning. This isn't random. It's called the cortisol awakening response, and it's designed to happen hours before you actually need to get up. At the same time, your sleep is getting lighter. You're spending more time in REM sleep in the second half of the night than you did in the first half. Light sleep, plus rising cortisol, plus a full bladder from hours of not moving. That's basically a perfect recipe for waking up right in that window. Which raises an obvious question. If your body is built to do this, why does it feel so personal? Why does it feel like anxiety picked tonight specifically to ambush you? Why 3 a.m. and not, say, 1 a.m. or 5 a.m.? That's not your brain malfunctioning. That's your brain following an old, very specific script. It comes down to how your sleep cycles are structured. Deep, heavy sleep is front-loaded into the first half of the night. Your body prioritizes physical repair early, then shifts gears. By the second half, your sleep architecture flips toward lighter stages and more REM, the stage most linked to dreaming, emotional processing, and yes, waking up remembering things. Same body, same brain, just running a different shift at 4 a.m. than it was at midnight. Sleep researchers have studied this pattern closely, and the timing lines up almost too well. Cortisol naturally begins climbing several hours before your final wake-up time, quietly preparing your body for the day ahead, long before your alarm ever goes off. Some researchers have even linked this exact window to what's sometimes called the witching hour for anxious thoughts. Not because anxiety is stronger at 3 a.m., but because your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that keeps worry in check, is less active during this lighter sleep stage. So the worry isn't new, it's just unsupervised for a few hours. Here's something that makes this even stranger. For most of human history, this 3 a.m. wake-up wasn't considered a problem at all. It was just part of a normal night. Historians studying pre-industrial Europe found records describing something called first sleep and second sleep, two separate sleep periods, split by an hour or two of quiet wakefulness right in the middle of the night. People used that window to pray, think, talk quietly with a partner, or just lie there in the dark. Nobody panicked about it. Nobody called it insomnia. It was artificial light, candles, then electricity that eventually compressed sleep into one long block and turned that natural midnight gap into something that feels broken. So when you wake up at 3 a.m., you're not malfunctioning. You might just be the last one awake in a very old room your ancestors built. So here's the part that feels backwards. You'd think waking up would happen when your body is working hardest to keep you asleep. Instead, it happens right when your body has already quietly started preparing you to wake up, hours in advance, without asking permission. Your body isn't failing at sleep. It's just further along in its own plan than you are. You wake up feeling caught off guard by something your hormones scheduled hours ago. So what do you actually do with this? First, stop treating a 3 a.m. wake-up as a red flag on its own. For most people, it's a normal dip in sleep architecture, not insomnia. What matters more is what happens next. If you're lying there for over 20 minutes, get up, dim light only, and do something boring until you feel sleepy again. Don't just stare at the ceiling fighting it. Second, look at your evening cortisol triggers. Late caffeine, alcohol before bed, and screen light close to sleep can all nudge that natural rise earlier and sharper than it needs to be. Third, if it's happening most nights and it's paired with real anxiety spiraling, that's worth mentioning to a doctor. The 3 a.m. window is normal. A nightly anxiety loop trapped inside it isn't something you have to just accept. Next time you wake up at 3:47 a.m. for no reason at all, remember? There was a reason. Your body just didn't wait for you to be conscious to start acting on it. You're not broken. You're not failing at sleep. You just woke up in the middle of a plan your body already started, quietly, hours ago, without you. And that's a wrap on today's video. Turns out 3 a.m. isn't haunted. It's just your hormones clocking in early. As always, if this blew your mind even a little, hit that subscribe button. New videos every week, all about the hidden systems running your life. Your alarm hasn't gone off yet. Your body already has. See you in the next one. It already knew.